Welcome back, survivors. I'm the SurvivalVis, and we return to Carnivores 2 for a little bit more dinosaur hunting. Now, depending on how well the series does, I'll probably either use a modded version of Carnivores 2 or maybe switch and do a different series, just because I just tried to do another episode of Carnivores 2 recording, and it kind of crashed on me. That's one of the things I've noticed is that as an older running game, there are some issues here or there I've been having with it. But overall, I still have been enjoying it. So if you guys have been as well, be sure to let me know in the comments, and I'll either try some of the mods out that people have made for it that maybe have fixed some things, or I'll try a few different little tweaks with Carnivores 2 and try to get it working better. But let's just hop right into a new hunt and see what we'll see, shall we? So we've done the Delphaeus Hills, and we've done Fort Siskin. I think I want to go back to Siskin, though, because we never did get to see that kind of fort villagey area that was supposedly, let's read over here, a dinosaur wall that lies in ruins from the fury of a T-Rex. So I think that would be a good spot to go to. And I think maybe we'll go with the rifle. And what all do we want to do? We got 107 left to work with. I think, let's try, how many of those? I think something like that's good. Get Parasaur. Actually, we'll go for Ankylosaur, Stegosaur, Allosaur, and Chasmosaurs. Although I think that might just be the calls. I don't know how that exactly works. But yeah, still a few things to try hunting, and we'll do double ammo, of course. Camouflage just to help us a bit. And with that, I think we'll hop into a new hunt. There we go, loaded in. We'll just get our weapon out in case. Carnivores 2, you sometimes get dropped right in on some carnivores literally coming right after you, so it doesn't hurt to be ready with the gun. And I honestly don't know where that little village is. So I don't know where I should exactly try going. Maybe we'll try for the southeast. Except dinosaur wall, so I don't know if that'd be the north of us, or if that's just kind of like a cliff line. I'll just kind of go walking a little bit and see what we can spot from a distance. I saw something else over there, but maybe it was just a Dimorphodon flying around. But I have to say, I've been playing a bit in my free time of Hunter Call of the Wild, and boy, is it a little bit of a contrast to go back and forth between these two games now. So let's just try to be a little sneaky, get in nice and close. There we go, and Ankylosaur already taken down. Keep a lookout, because we do have Allosaurs as one of our ticked items, or ticked dinos, so we'll probably see them about too. And I don't know if this works like in Dinosaur Hunter Reborn, where they are very attracted to the gunshots or not. I don't think they'd be, but I also don't know for certain. Yes, we haven't gone that. Actually, we've gone a fair distance on the map. Nothing over there. Can't really see much around here, but it looks like it dips down in terrain, so there's maybe a valley or a ravine here. Yeah, let's just use binoculars, take a little look. Nothing we can spot over that way, so we'll keep going this way. Although we will have to be careful, because the wind is at our back and blowing that way, so we could be heading over towards something that might be able to sift us out. Let's just take a look around, though. A nice overview of kind of a swamp area. There's moss chops over there, but nothing else, I think. Gallimimus, moss chops. Yeah, nothing what we're after. Let's make our way a little bit northeast now. And depending on how you guys are enjoying the Carnivore series, I'll either keep going with this, maybe do some mods, as I mentioned at the start, or even go back to Call of the Wild. It depends on what you guys want to see, but I do like including a little bit of a hunting series on the channel once per week or so, just as a little bit of a wind down and way to relax of sorts. A lot of the other games I do have a survival spin on them, but are also just kind of whatever I feel like playing and putting up on the channel too, so I like to have a nice little mix of content that's always changing a bit. Well, not always changing, but has enough new stuff on it, that way you're still interested in wanting to see what else I get up to. Nothing really out there, though. I think that's just the Dimetrodon I'm hearing over this way. Oh, nope, just a Gallimimus. Okay, but nothing really, and still looking out over the swamp, don't see much of anything. Oh, Allosaurus up this way, so we may be in store for... Yeah, I think I saw movement, so I'm guessing he's maybe making his way over to us. Yeah, I just saw it over there. I was definitely going to be able to smell us out because of the wind. Just want to make sure there's nothing else, really. I wonder, should we start making our way to him? I know as soon as we get close enough, we'll probably have him rushing over because he smells us. I don't want to be down in like a little valley or something, or have a hill between us, because then that's less time I'll have to be able to try to take him down. And with my... Well, I wouldn't say... Maybe it is a little poor, to be honest, but... My aim not being as stellar as you probably want it to be, I could use all the chances I can get, try getting the rounds in him to put him down. Yeah, there's the Gallimimus, so where'd the Allosaur go? Okay, and this got a little more tense now. I'm kind of watch because it could... Okay, this is really peculiar. We spotted him down here, and with the wind, I thought he would have picked us right up and been trying to chase us down, but I have no idea where it got off to now. Because the one thing I see down there is the Maw's chops. Nothing's even registering on the binoculars either. Okay, this is really peculiar. And I don't know if I like it. And I think, yeah, we're basically back at that... Oh, just the Gallimimus. I saw the tail out of the corner and thought, uh-oh. Yeah, so we're back up to where we basically were that first episode where we went down into there. I don't think we'll head that way. I'm not sure where that village of sorts would be. It's not exactly very clear on the map where it is either. Guessing it has to be somewhere... maybe this way more? Yeah, still don't see anything. Well, besides the Dimentrodon, but that's not something to be too worried about. On the map, there's kind of that dark patch there that I'm going to try aiming for to see what that might be. But I will hand it, even with the game being older as it is... Oh, well, I guess we found that patch. That was just a swamp. With the game being old as it is, you can easily get yourself kind of immersed into, oh, okay, I gotta be really on guard and looking around, because I spotted the hints of a carnivore, and they really like to chase you down. But if that's a swamp, then... I don't see anything that really looks kind of... structure-based on this map. Like, nothing that really stands out as a settlement. Maybe I'll try going straight south, because it looks like there's something possibly that way. And this way we're also walking into the winds, so we shouldn't have to worry about our scent getting caught by anything. Just keep our gun out as we go along, just in case, because you never know. We're able to get a look from up here. Nothing really movement-wise. Pretty quiet right now. That's another thing about the game, about how it's more just like a slow burn of sorts than it's a big rush and always trying to keep meeting goals and objectives and things. You just kind of have a little bit of free roam and reign to yourself a bit. And we'll just head down here. Sorry if I'm making a bit of noise, or that. It's just... Have you guys ever had something where, like, the top tip of your tongue almost feels like a bit raw in a way? I've only had it a few times where I guess if you have anything really sugary, it seems to make your tongue a little more sensitive, but I don't know, I've been dealing with that for the past day or two. It's just really annoying, because even sometimes when I talk, I guess my tongue taps against my front teeth a bit, and just not very pleasant. I heard something kind of pawing. It might have been that Gallimimus I spotted in the binoculars, but... Okay, so I'm guessing all that what you saw on the map were actually mountains. That's just a Gallimimus. Nothing really spectacular there. Unfortunately, there's nothing much like a road either, unless... The only thing I can really think of is the kind of roadway that follows the map, the water in a way in the middle of the map-ish. Just a moss chops. Geez, for having dinosaur density all the way up, there's not a lot of huntable stuff that we've really seen. Oh, Spinosaurus out this way, though. So I think maybe we'll head for that, because even if we don't have it registered as something in our little pointer account, we can always just try and figure out for sure if we actually will get points from it or not. It's still a good ways away, though. We won't run because we don't want to alert it early. We don't want to get surprised as we're coming up the hill and he's suddenly right on top of us, but we want to get a good line of sight, be able to get a shot or two in. Oh, it's pretty fitting that he's around here with all the swampland. Even though we've now just lost him again. Well, how far away are you? You're about 50. So we should have plenty of time before we get kind of within range that he might even start chasing us. I don't know how many shots a Spino takes to get down. With a rifle, I'm guessing maybe 3 or 4, just with how everything else has been about 2 shots. No, minus. I saw a Spinosaurus tick off. There it is. Just able to see the sail a bit. Okay, he's just right up there. Looks like 4 shots will take him down. But it looks like we may even actually get some points from that. Let's take a look at him. Definitely an older version of Spinosaurus. There's a certain art style, I can't remember who the artist is, that all of the carnivore stuff has been based around. There's our little transport to pick him up. You know what, maybe we'll try following the coast up, see if we can spot anything else along the water. Because we did spot the one Allosaurus swimming on the previous episode, I think it was. So maybe the shoreline is where we'll get lucky and find some other things. Yeah, I think all that sound was him taking off the Spino. And we'll head north for a little while, see what we can find. Probably won't make this episode too long. I'm thinking maybe around 25 minutes or 20 minutes to 30 minutes-ish might be a good length of time for it. Oh, let's see. Nothing really out there. Just a Morphodon flying around. No, there's actually water sound ambience. I'm surprised at that. I didn't think they'd actually include something like that, but they did. And we'll just see what we can find. And if you guys have any mods that you've seen or would like to see be done on the channel, just be sure to let me know in the comments. I haven't gotten much feedback on this channel or any of my videos, to be quite honest, and it kind of makes it hard to know what direction to take things. Like, I managed to get over 2,000 views across all videos on the channel, so that's not too bad considering I only have the 34 subscribers at the moment. But I'm trying to always build up a way for you guys just to be able to get in touch with me more and let me know what you're enjoying and what you would like to see on the channel. I know one series I wish I could have done a little more with was Raft, but that one, there's such gaps between when you can really actually do new things, it's really hard to do a series on. I just thought I heard something while I quieted down there, but anyway, back to Raft. I don't like videos or series that have these big leaps between when I'm showing you stuff I've done, because I want to feel like you guys are seeing it all yourselves and are involved with it, really. It's not like a little showcase of I've done this, this, and this, and you don't get to see any of it until the end product. I want you guys to be along for the journey, surviving along with me. So that's why a lot of my series, I haven't done a lot of editing, and I don't want to do gaps or jumps or stuff like that for my series. I'd rather keep you guys involved all the way through so you know exactly where I screw up and where you can rag on me in the comments. But so far, nothing really. I think in our last hunt, we were coming up this way, and we had spotted a few things more inland, so maybe once we're beyond this mountain range, we'll see something else. I've got a few bubbles that'll go up along the side there. Thankfully, with this little corridor, we should be able to see if anything is really coming after us or not. But let me see, is there anything else I want to talk to you guys with this work? Oh, what is that? Stonehenge? Definitely not exactly on our map, but that's interesting to say the least. Maybe we'll head up and see what that is before we end off this episode. Are there any other series that have really come to the channel I want to let you guys know about? Well, I'll hopefully have the start of the Long Dark Wintermute Chapter 3 going up, or have the first couple of episodes up before this one goes. It's going to be a little tight trying to squeeze in the recordings for those, but I really want to get those done as soon as it comes out. So I feel like the first episodes of the story mode weren't bad when they first came out, but I think you can really see that Hinterlands really kind of clicked and figured out how they want to do the story once they did the redux of 1 and 2, because 1 was a superb start into what you might be in store for, and 2 gave you a nice concentrated story, but also gave you an overarching branch towards the main story as well. So I kind of like that. I do admit the way 2 ended was a little strange. What with the events that followed you going to that certain place. I won't spoil it. You'll have to see, either play it yourself or watch my video to know. Oh, well, hello, Stego. There we go. Just moss chops there, and let's go over to the Stonehenge of sorts. Actually, don't have a lot of shots left because of the 4 the Spinosaurus took to get down. But, oh, this is a giant Stonehenge of sorts. I wonder if it's just kind of here as a map feature, just as a little come and see what it's about, or... Okay, so there's our Stego getting picked up and taken off. And we've got, what, 5 shots left? 2, 4... Yeah, looks like 5, so we'll try to get one more thing and then probably call the episode there. But back to Wintermute, because I managed to keep focused after that little exchange there. The third chapter or episode of sorts is going to be very interesting for it. It was released with a teaser called Crossroad Elegy. And the elegy part is really interesting. I feel like it could be a make or break of sorts for the story mode, basically. Like, the make part is because if it follows up with how the other 2 episodes were, it's going to be fantastic. But the break is, it also might make the subsequent episodes harder to feel like they have a place in a way. Like, elegy is always mentioned for, or comes up basically as like a speech if somebody who has passed away or is gone, so... Because we're going to be following along with Astrid this time in that story mode, it's hard to say if it's going to be for her or something around her. Oh, there's a Chasmosaur. That's something that's perfect for us. that just the Moss Chops? Yeah, I think that's just the Moss Chops we heard. But if the elegy is for her, then that really takes a lot away from the motivation or the drive that we've had for the past 2 episodes of the story mode. Because that's what Will's been trying to chase after all this time. So if Astrid is suddenly gone... There we go, Chasmosaurus. If Astrid's gone, then it's hard to say if will really have enough to keep going, but I also feel like the Hinterland Studios, the guys behind the game, have been very good at giving us kind of twists and content, well, not content, but context into motivations and drives and everything, so we should be in store for something really good. And I'll only be able to record that, well, it'll be tomorrow for me, but it'll have been 3-4 days ago for you guys, since this is going up on a Saturday. Actually, no, this is going to be in the week after it went live, so... yeah, this is going to be a little bit of a dated episode. And that's another problem I'm having on the channel, too, is... I do have series I want to keep going with, and I could keep recording a lot more of. But I want to keep in touch so that way there are comments, you guys are able to see your feedback in the videos firsthand and pretty soon. Because I don't want to just do an entire series, it's out, and then you guys give me tips and hints that you never actually get to see put into gameplay or practice. I'd rather be able to have a series that goes up slowly over time. Maybe I'm a week or 2 ahead. Oh, there we go. There's a little something we can try going after. But a week or 2 ahead, so that way you can see everything that's going on. I wonder, should I try for another Chasmosaur? You know what, we'll aim for the Chasmosaurus. The Ankylosaur went off where the wind's blowing, so I think we'll have a harder time fighting him. But this one here might be easy to try to get the couple of shots on. So I don't know if I needed all 3 or just 2 shots were enough to take one down. That tongue again, that really just... Oh, no, I think the wind... Yeah, I probably caught the wind there, so... That sent him off. Ankylosaur or Chasmosaur? Or Moss Chops. We'll leave him alone. They're usually not doing anything too troublesome to be worrying about. With how the wind is, we'll probably have a better time going after the Chasmosaurus. Because the Ankylosaur went up that way, but the Chasmosaurus ran this way, so I think we might be able to get a little better luck if we head this way. Or we may even get ambushed by an Allosaurus because we're going up this way. And damn, we covered a lot of ground. We're already back up at the top edge of the map. Yeah, just a Gallimimus. Okay, so the Chasmosaurus just over this way. Make our way along. Looks like he's down there still. I don't know if he heard me or it was the smell that kind of gave me away, but we'll try to get the last 2 shots in on him. Or would have. I think he might have sprinted again on us. Yeah, not picking him up on binoculars, unfortunately, so I think he might have bolted. Oh, no. Right over there. I don't know how the damage calculation is for Carnivores 2 with the weapons, because there's nothing like in the Hunter or Call of the Wild where you have vital organs like the lungs and heart and such. There we go. 2 shots will be enough. So with that, we'll just let our little chopper thing come in, collect that. And that'll be this episode all done. So, thank you guys very much for joining me on another episode of Carnivores 2. If you do like the series or want to see more, be sure to let me know in the comments. I'm always looking for feedback on what I can kind of go through. And if you do want to support the channel, maybe think about liking a video or even subscribing to the channel. We're still trying to build up towards that 100 subscriber milestone, and those going slowly, we'll still try making steady progress. In the meantime, those survivors, I want to thank you very much for joining me on this episode, and I'll catch you in the next. Please remember, as always, to take care, and wait for it, stay alive.